Bulletcast for life.
Get up, this is a revolution. This is our time to rise. Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone Messiah, Phillip. I'm joined by Brandon Tanguma and Marlee Reed for another edition of the Bulletcast, episode 401. What is going on, y'all?
What's up?
Nothing much. 99 weeks until 500. Can't wait.
Come on now. I mean, 19 until 420. Hello.
I don't partake in any of those drugs.
I don't know.
What?
It's another milestone episode. Bro, what are you talking about?
Just one puff.
You got RVD on the podcast?
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I can't promise anything, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to make something happen. We didn't do a Bad Blood recap. I think, guys, I think we should get back to the recap and the pay-per-views, like at least a day after it happens, because then all your analysis has been made, but then we save probably the greatest analysis for us. I don't know. That's too hyperbolic. I don't know. We'll see. Brandon, let's talk about Bad Blood. Take us through the card.
So we started off, we're at, was it Allstate? Whatever. They're in Atlanta, and they do the culmination. They do a elongated version of that Metro Boomin, Cody Rhodes, Triple H vignette of them doing a stakeout. And it just didn't lead to anything. It was just videos for the sake of videos. I don't know. Triple H gave Cody like a manila pamphlet, and I don't know what those things were. It was a complete waste of time. What was going on here? Someone explain to me. Like I'm stupid.
Look, I didn't see the beginning of Bad Blood. I was on my way to watch it. I did watch the Bad Blood with Marlee. Shout out Marlee.
Hello.
Yep. But yeah, did not see any of that. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You didn't miss much. Hopefully you saw the open. Well, we also did get Jade, Bianca, and Naomi were hosts of Bad Blood because they came out wearing red, introduced the opening match, and then went up to the suite that they went back to a few times. So we need hosts for just the B-level pay-per-views apparently, and also for black representation, because someone asked Triple H about that, and he said I don't see color, and that was a whole thing. The internet just loved that.
Yeah, look, listen, I'm gonna say this right here. Usually, the whole I don't see color it's always had a negative connotation. I believe Hunter is of the Vince mindset to where, if you watch the Vince doc, if you can make me money, he'll use you. And then plus, with everything they got going on right now, we have to wait and see, bro. Let's wait and see what happens. If you just push these people to the moon, then what happens? They lose their value. You just gotta wait and see. And NXT looked pretty damn represented to me. Kalani Jordan and not Mercedes, Jesus. Kalani Jordan, the women's tag team champions. I think I saw a photo of them three with Trick Williams and Jey Uso too. Just a whole lot of melanin was around.
They had a segment on NXT where all the black champions were in the ring at the same time, basically so they can say, "Look, internet, we're not racist." But yeah.
Didn't they have a segment like that before they even asked Triple H that question? Yeah.
Anyways, we had the Hell in a Cell. It kicked off the show just like we all thought it would. This one went 31 minutes, 25 seconds. CM Punk defeats Drew McIntyre. We got blood both ways. Allegedly hard way from Drew because he took the toolbox to the dome and he got busted open on top of his head. I don't know if he was supposed to bleed later, but he was bleeding there, and he was bleeding all over the place. Referee tried to get Drew to wipe it off. He did it once, didn't do it a second time, but luckily it wasn't like that Samoa Joe Finn Balor match where they stopped the match because Samoa Joe was bleeding. That was not the case. Just absolute hard hitting, what you'd expect from both these guys. And I thoroughly enjoy this. Best match of the show by far. I would say best Hell in a Cell match since WrestleMania 28, if not better than that. This is what Hell in a Cell should be. We shouldn't have just once a year Hell in a Cell matches because that's what it says on the pay-per-view. Let's make it count. Let's have them be grudge matches. Let's have them be feud enders. And this is what Hell in a Cell should be.
That's why Triple H just stopped it on the calendar. Yeah. We know. He talked about this already.
Well, I'm just saying, we finally got the Hell in a Cell that actually meant something instead of, God bless him, but that's Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt thing.
I mean, Seth had a Hell in a Cell with Edge. I mean, that feud had heat, but it wasn't this.
Finn Balor and Edge had the Hell in a Cell.
It was not that. Look, listen, this was it. They delivered on the promises, like you said, the blood, the carnage. I mean, the stuff they were willing to do to each other to inflict that pain. I mean, it's just
Drew's lower back.
Drew's lower back and missing the Claymore onto the steel steps. Jesus Christ. Pulling out the black sack. You think it's tax, but no, Drew being the ultimate heel. It's beads from a bracelet. The synergy and all that. I mean, it was fantastic. Fantastic work from both these men. Punk putting on probably definitely one of the best matches of his career. I haven't felt heat like this with Punk since like his feud with Max. I really enjoyed this. I loved it. Marlee, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was probably, like Brandon said, the best match of the night. It was hard to follow that. It was just straight carnage. I feel like it fit perfectly in the midst of all of the Halloween stuff I've been watching with the gore, the blood, the carnage, but ultimately both men delivered. I feel like if they continue the feud after this is pointless. That's like the number one way to put a cap on it. That was incredible performance from both men.
Yeah, I thought there was like points in the match. I was like, okay, this seems like it's a fitting end, and then kind of hit a low point for a little bit, but then they hit, they had their next big spots, and I thought they just, despite it going a half hour, it had its low points and dragged just a tiny bit at points, but I thought they were to get me back and get the crowd back in it when they hit like, whatever big marquee spot they had to do. Then we had the first women's title match of the night, Nia Jax defending against Bayley. This one goes 14-10, and as Jim Ross would say, this was bowling shoe ugly at times. There were points in the match where Michael Cole didn't know who the move was getting put on. Nia Jax tried to do a head scissors. It looked like something. It was ugly.
You got to take that role, bro. You just got to take that role. That's all it is.
It was ugly, but it had like a physicality to it that I thought worked. It wasn't a good match, but I mean, it wasn't like a great match, but I thought it was fine. And I thought the kind of botchiness of it did kind of help it a little bit. I will say best women's match of the night. Not saying a lot, but yeah, I thought it was fine, but definitely was marked by some, either they're being overly ambitious with Nia or just something wasn't clicking.
I mean, wanted to break some new things out. With the head scissors, like, if you just, it's a timing thing. I mean, look, I've messed up head scissors too. It's just you just gotta find that timing and take that roll and everything. Tiffany came out there, with the briefcase. Nia was questioning what she gonna do. At one point, Nia squashed referee Jessica Carr. I was like, oh my! But all in all, shout out to Nia Jax. She is still the WWE Women's Champion. Marlee, what are your thoughts?
It was a match. There were some botches, but it was all, like you said, up to timing. They did what they could with the time that they had. They recovered as best as they could. I thought Tiffany was going to cash in, but I don't know. I feel like we got to drag that out a little longer. I know I said that Tiffany was going to cash in at Bad Blood and set up something between her and Nia, but the way that it's going, I feel like it's got to drag out a bit longer.
Yeah, I'm done
Absolutely.
with the fake. I'm done with the fake cash-ins. It's like so overplayed,
Yeah.
and not just like
What do you
Tiffy,
mean?
but they've done it so many times throughout the years that it's like And you
Either do
clearly
it or
know she's
don't.
not. You know she's not cashing in here, and so you
We
don't.
don't know that.
It's like either cash in or don't cash in at this point. It's like we know it's coming. Just
I mean, how long's
figure
it
it
been?
out.
3 months, 4 months
Do
she's
you
had it, and I
do
feel like
you
every pay-per-view she's done a fake cash in, or at least one.
okay? So I'll ask you guys this: do you think the fake cash in all the time? Do you think it will hurt the eventual cash in?
No, because every single time
It
you get
won't.
that, you get the live crowd who wants the cash in, and they're going to pop because it's happening in front of them. But as the viewer, it's like, you know, okay, she's doing it again. Oh, this time she's finally cashed in. Good for her. She's tried it about 10 times at this point.
Yeah, it's gonna
Ah,
for the
I don't
viewers at home. We get one
nah.
perspective, and like actually being there, it's a different thing because it's like people have popped for the failed cash-ins in person because watching WWE in person is way different than watching it at home. But if I was at home and I was watching the cash in, I wouldn't feel any type of way because she's done the fake cash in. It'd be like, oh, she finally did it. But in person, that'd be a different story. That'd be a different reaction.
I mean, 5 minutes into the show, into the match, they were chanting Tiffy time because either they knew that that was going to happen or they didn't care about this match. It's probably more the first one than the latter. But yeah, the crowd knows something is going to happen. And then it's like, okay, yeah, we finally get the Tiffy cash in, but then it gets dragged out. And then, oh my God, what do you want to do? You want to cash it in, even though we've had this thing for however long it's been, damn near 20 years now at this point?
But I think we should note that Tiffany didn't hand the briefcase to the referee. The referee took it and assumed.
And that's what Tiffy's gonna say next on SmackDown because
Yeah.
we need to have her and Nia Jax yell at each other again. Or sorry, Nia yell at Tiffy and then Tiffy, cowers in fear.
Well, she needs to. Well, yeah, I'm scared of Nia Jax my damn self. Shit. But yeah, I mean, Tiffany, she was just trying to help her girl out. Let's calm down with all this and the multiple cash. Look, bro, there are times where they'll do this fake cash and stuff. I always talk about the Dolph Ziggler cash in. Even he did that for 9 months. When he finally cashed it in, I wasn't in New Jersey. I was at home. I still popped like a monk. Come on now, y'all. Y'all stop.
And that was
stop.
11 years ago.
It doesn't matter. The point.
I mean, it does matter because we have 11 years of fake cash.
No. The time isn't the point. But the argument was that when they do the fake cash in all the time, and when they eventually do it, the viewer at home isn't going to react.
No, the argument was we've seen the fake cash in so many times that it gets played out.
Yeah, and it also depends on the viewer because, like, for me, I was speaking from personal experience. If Tiffany cashes in finally, I'm gonna be like, oh, she's finally cashing in. Someone else watching at home might have like a bigger reaction. It might be Tiffy time 24/7 for that fan.
It's Tiffy time all the time. Y'all stop playing with me. Jesus.
I mean, if she just like randomly showed up on a Raw, cashed in on Rhea Ripley winning, then it'd be like, oh, okay, she cashed in on Rhea Ripley. They're like she's the top person in the company. Like, okay, they're doing something with her, but it's like, okay, she cashes in on.
Damn, Nia's not a top person in the company. That's crazy.
I mean, Rhea Ripley is
like,
the number one woman in that company.
It's Tiffy time all the time, and it was Tiffy time on January 6th, I bet.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. What's next?
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Phillip. Listen, cut the bad blood recap so we can get on with the rest of the show. If you want to listen to our full recap, please go over to all of our platforms. Bulletcast on everywhere you can listen to podcasts, and of course, Bulletcast on YouTube. Go check us out. Listen to the rest of the bad blood recap. Find out what we thought about Jimmy Uso's return, the blockbuster tag team match that main evented the show, and of course, the final boss returning in Hotlanta at Bad Blood. Go listen to the rest of our recap to find out our thoughts on all of the big things that happened at Bad Blood 2024.
So outside the ring, HBO Max has struck a deal with Time Warner. Yeah, tell us about it, Brandon. Or I mean, HBO Max has struck a deal with AEW. I'm sorry, AEW. So them being on Time Warner.
Warner Brother Discovery.
Yes.
I know there's too many names, but yeah, it finally came out last week that they struck a deal. It's a 3-year deal with an option, I do believe, 109 or I forget what the exact numbers are, but they're getting paid a lot. But the big thing is, it looks as though starting in 2025, pay-per-views will be going to Max, but it's not the Peacock way of you get it with Max. It looks like they're going the ESPN route, which is what we suspected of. You still get the pay. It looks as though it's going to be a discount. Now, we don't know what that discount will be. Will it be from $50 to $30, $20? I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see on that front.
Look, just get with the times, bro. Like Jesus Christ. Like what are we doing? Nobody got all these money. Like you have
Well,
all.
I just said that UFC's doing that, and I know AEW is not UFC, but it's showcased that that it works.
Okay, that's UFC. That's different. People will spend money on those fights
Well, actually, I mean,
regardless.
not really, because they've jacked the prices up so much. Like, I don't even because I don't pay for them. My aunt pays for that stuff, and it's like $80 now or $70 for pay for these days. But it does. I do wonder how this model pans out because it's cheaper. It is cheaper, but you are forcing people to like pay once they get there. So it's like how for a wrestling fan, like how does that work? And how
Like
because AEW does pretty well at pay-per-views, but now
yes,
you're cut into that.
sure,
It's
but like I have to put it to you like this. Like the when they were just doing 4 pay-per-views a year, which I kind of think they should have. I mean, if you were gonna add more, maybe 6 total a year is fine. But they're doing all these other ones now. Like, bro, like you just
and I mean honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they do Max exclusive pay-per-views or PLEs, and then like the
no,
Revolution
don't say
double.
that. Don't say PLEs, bro. Swerve got hot at Bubba Ray because he said PLE. Don't do that. All these
Okay, sorry.
AEW fans are crazy.
Okay, well, maybe they need to think of some other vernacular, some other type of code speak, and like all in, all out, double or nothing, revolution. Those ones are the pay-per-views. I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't like just let it all be with one, bro. Like we don't got all these money to keep. People have all these streaming services already, and then you just want to add more money onto it. It's just all right, yes.
My thing is, we create, well, not we, but streaming services were created to not sit through cable and avoid commercials and all that stuff. But streaming services are essentially turning into another form of cable. So, again, it's too expensive. How are you going to already pay for HBO Max, but then still have to pay for the pay-per-views on top of that? Might as well stay on Bleacher Report.
Yeah, like it is what
Absolutely not. R.I.P.
it.
Bleach Report.
Yeah, they're gone, huh?
If you got Bleach Report, make sure you convert those pay-per-views over to Thriller Fight TV. So T's and
Oh,
P's. Also T's and P's to Rampage. Seems the Rampage will be gone.
oh,
Doesn't
really?
I mean
Oh yeah,
everything's been pointing to it's just Collision and Dynamite. There's still the rumored possible Shockwave show on a Fox network. No word
Shockwave. What the?
Dynamite and or
All right.
Collision getting expanded to 3 hours. Hey, I'm the AEW guy around here. I gotta throw around all that news.
Okay.
Stay tuned for the next episode
well,
Under the Radar. I'll go over all of it.
I'll be there next week. I'll let you know if Rampage is still alive.
That's right. You'll be at San Jose. I'll be in Stockton. All right, all right. Brandon, where are you gonna be?
I will be at the Nike clearance store in San Leandro.
All right. Well, if you see Brandon, go say what's up. Kurt Angle biopic is apparently getting made. They're working on some casting. It's kind of have like some elements of like the Iron Claw, like the feel. I'm not sure if A24 is working on this, but hey, it's nice to know the Olympic heroes getting a movie. Also, go check out Kurt Angle on Sam Roberts' podcast. Sam sat down with Kurt Angle and they talk about it all. Yeah. So shout out to the Olympic hero. All right, inside the ring, shout out Candice LeRae becoming the first ever inaugural WWE Speed Champion for the women. Let's talk about NXT, guys. We have a
Hey,
new.
shout out my girl Candice LeRae. I'm glad she finally gets a championship. I might be the only person on this planet who has a pint-sized pixie shirt, but Johnny Gargano loves it. I love it. Shout out Candice LeRae.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, not too much on Candice LeRae. She is, if you look pre WWE, she's got some hits.
Oh no,
She got
no,
some hitters.
absolutely. Love Candice LeRae. Met her at the Cow Palace. She's
One of
great.
the best indie shows I ever went to. Or best matches. She had a tag team match with He Who Shall Not Be Named against
And
that
the
tag
Young
team who shall not be
Bucks.
named.
Yeah, yeah. I do have a shirt from that tag team that shall not be named. I do have one of those.
That stupid Reno scum, those rat bastards.
Oh, okay.
That's the tag team that shall not be named. I just
Yeah.
named them.
We have a new North
I,
American champion. Tony D'Angelo defeated Oba Femi with the roll up to become the NXT champion. It's crazy, man. Oba Femi has been defeated. I mean, such a believable big man out there, man. and he's a product of the next in line. So these athletes that they've brought in here to learn this business, they're paying off. Him, Kehlani Jordan, etc. Thoughts on Obafemi losing the North American title?
I thought he was gonna have a Gunther like reign, considering how they built him up. But no, congrats to Tony D'Angelo. He's been going after some sort of gold for a while. I know he was chasing the Heritage Cup and got his hands on it for a minute, but good. I feel like he earned that title just from his work. Well, I don't really
Yeah,
watch NXT, but from what I've seen, he's definitely like he's got the character down. He's got the in ring work down. Yeah, not mad at it.
Brandon.
I mean, it was a little bit of a shock to see Obafemi go down. What does that mean? Is he going up to maybe be a challenger against Trick Williams in the main title? But yeah, D'Angelo, I think is like he's a perfect character wrestler. Like maybe his wrestling isn't the best. His promos are suited. His talking ability is suited for that character. It's not a main event character, but it's a perfect mid card character. Whether it's a heel or a face, people can get into if he's going to go up to the main roster eventually. Because
Absolutely.
not everybody at NXT has got to be the next big thing.
No, 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 not absolutely. They were in St. Louis, so we had to have a main event of Randy Orton versus Javon Evans, a former Jay Malachi. Solid work from the young OG. Yeah, they finished it off with an RKO. Shout out to Javon, bro. Really showed out against the Viper, bro. The match was like 8 minutes, nothing crazy, but get in, get out, go home. They did it. Marlee.
I saw clips and I thought it was pretty good. I mainly saw the clip everybody's talking about the botched RKO, but I don't even think it was that bad because he cleaned it up like that.
Yeah,
But
bro. Yeah,
I mean, the advertisement going into this was like, look, they're gonna try a crazy RKO, and they tried it. It didn't work, but they recovered quickly.
yeah, yeah. Accidents happen in the game. It is what it is.
I
You
mean,
learn.
what he was trying to do like a 5 twist in the air. I don't even
I
know what
mean,
the hell you
look,
call it.
if
It
they had,
was insane that they were gonna try to hit that.
if
he was
they
on
had hit
X
it,
Games mode.
if they had hit it, that would have been the craziest RKO of all time, probably. But yeah, nonetheless, congratulations. For him to be out there with Randy Orton, good stuff, good stuff. Raw's back to 2 hours, the first time in what 14 years? Is that what they tell me?
12 years.
12, 12, 12,
I
12,
think it was in
12.
2012.
It was weird because I usually catch Raw when I'm at the gym. By the time I got to the treadmill, it was over.
Right? When
Yeah,
was Raw 1000?
Raw 1000 was in 2012. Actually, so the people that appeared on the last 2 hour Raw, Jimmy Uso, Kofi Kingston, Miz,
CM
and
Punk.
CM Punk, yes, they were all on this first 2 hour episode in a very long time. So yeah, I mean Gunther retains the World Heavyweight Championship against Sami Zayn. Hell of a match, but Gunther proves why he is the ring general, and then he gets a face off with Cody Rhodes to start building to this champions match in Saudi Arabia. What are your thoughts on the retention of the World Heavyweight Championship, Brandon?
Yeah, it was a really good match, which you'd expect from them. I thought they gave Sammy a lot, especially at the end. He kicked out a one, which I think is a very well utilized tactic in matches. Don't overdo it, but I think when used properly, it can really be effective. I thought it was effective here. And yeah, Gunther gets the win, chokes him out. No Goldberg, like some people like myself were possibly expecting. And Gunther versus Cody is a very big match. It is a match that people thought could just be a straight up like a literal WrestleMania main event, and they're doing it at a Saudi show that is quote unquote guaranteed a real finish. So I am very intrigued to see what they do here.
Marley, thoughts?
Yeah, I wonder that finish is going to be tricky because it's like who takes the pin in that situation? Because that's way too big of a match for either man to take the pin. They got to end, and I don't see a clean finish for that match because there's no way. Well, I mean,
I
they do
say you
need
just
a
have
clean
Gunther
finish.
win.
If this were
Yeah.
like 2008, the ECW champion would be in there, and the ECW champion would take the fall.
Yeah, that's like it's such a great match. It's hard to tell how it's gonna go. But like that again, another pay-per-view that it's not the stage for. That's like a big five pay-per-view.
Man, Crown Jewel, the Big Six. Stop playing.
All right. I'm not touching that money. I like money, but not that money.
Come on now. Jey Uso retains the Intercontinental title. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
Very quick match. I think it went like maybe 6 or 8 minutes against Xavier Woods. Yeah, Jay gets the win. Xavier continues to be frustrated. Not the full blown turn, but you see it coming. I thought with the match being so short, this did feel like okay. If this was a 3 hour Raw, this match probably would have went 15 minutes. But with the 2 hour format, it did feel like they weren't used to that because it did feel a little bit rushed. And they're kind of jam packing some segments back to back. But I would much rather have a 2 hour show than a 3 hour show, so I'm not complaining.
Man, bring it back. Bring it back.
It just these 3 months will be perfectly fine. 2 hours, and then you'll get your 3 hours when we get on January 6th, Phillip. The best thing that ever happened on January 6th is 3 hour Raws are coming back.
Are we going, bro? Let's go.
I'll go to that event on January 6th.
What else happened on January 6th?
Nothing.
All right. But yeah, no, let's do it, guys. I'm excited. Let's do it. A good match. Yeah, the turn is coming, as we can all see. CM Punk is out there. He cuts a promo, talking about how he's banged up and everything. He thanked the fans that have always rocked with him and talked to his doubters and like, you guys, just you keep doubting me and it keeps motivating me. Says he's gonna go see his wife who hasn't seen in 5 weeks. Rollins' music plays and then they have a nice little stare down. So yeah. WrestleMania 41, we gonna get that. We gonna get it.
Saw a tweet not that long ago where it was Seth was in the crowd for one of Punk's IWA Mid-South matches. And for them to get here at a potential WrestleMania match is kind of crazy.
Right. Then Rollins continues down to the ring, cuts a promo, says, go do whatever you got to do so I can come back and I can retire you for good. And then he talks ish to Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed was just on Chris Van Vliet, by the way. Go check that out. Thoughts on Rollins and Bronson Reed moving forward, Marlee?
I mean, he's got to get his revenge. The man practically killed him. Like, there's no way Seth was not going to come back and get his lick back. And I feel like it also, with how tenured Seth Rollins is at this point in WWE, is to have him put over as big as a guy as Bronson Reed. That's good for his career. Good for where he's at right now. Because the Braun stuff, you can only do that big man having the ring crash spot so many times.
You can. You see that thing, like, okay, all right, we've seen it like 4 or 5 times. I'm chilling. The Money in the Bank of it all, they're always gonna do that, especially when a heel has it. So y'all just get used to it. It's gonna be here forever. Brandon, Rollins, Reed, thoughts?
Yeah, it's as expected to have Rollins and Reed going forward. Punk, I thought the promo was good. Obviously, it's a logical way to kind of write him out during this blood money cycle because he's been very anti-Saudi Arabia, so it would not be a good look if Punk were to go to one of those shows and he's not going to this one. So yeah, it all makes sense. No sign of Drew McIntyre anywhere. Who knows how long he'll be gone. But yeah, like I was saying, this one felt like, stacking like 3 segments between because they had like this one, then Rollins, and then they did the Jey Uso entrance like all back to back to back.
That's probably how it's going to be from now on. I mean, Hunter even talked about it on the Bad Blood post show, like just like it's going to be interesting to see how we do this. Because when they were doing 2 hours, I mean, he wasn't even he wasn't writing for television or anything. He was still in.
I thought they finally got into that groove to where all 3 hours felt meaningful.
Yes,
and so now
they did.
It kind of comes at a bad time because now you have all these different storylines and people that you had 3 hours for, and now you got to cut, however many segments or however many people that adds up to.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll plan it out with travel now. Like, all right, we can put so and so on the road this week. Blah blah blah. I don't know. We'll see. Sheamus won a Donnybrook. Good old fashioned.
Donnybrook?
Good old fashioned Donnybrook. Hey, Donnybrook. Hey, Donnybrook. Hey. Is that a song? I feel like it should be a song.
What is a Donnybrook? Wait,
Whatever we watched. That's what it is.
let
Apparently,
me
it's what
Google it.
what British people do when they fight.
I
I've been
want
told.
you in a Donnybrook. I want to
Oh,
fight.
it's literally a free for all brawl. That's
I
literally
want,
what it means.
bro, I want a Donnybrook. I want to fight somebody in a Donnybrook so bad.
You got the barrels at Gilman.
Don't. But they're actually full of things. We can't do that. If I get a barrel, I want to throw somebody through it. You know what I'm saying?
Jump off of it.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Brandon, what's up with this Donnybrook?
It was very physical. I mean, Sheamus's white body always, shows off those scars and scrapes and redness, and it definitely came through in this one. Uh, you know, Creative finish of the zip ties, which, little cheeky of like there just happens to be zip ties perfectly tied together in a form of a handcuff in the drawers. And then Sheamus ends up like, hitting the bro kick out of nowhere to get the win. So it was, as much as I would love Pete Dunne to kind of be something more, I guess he's just kind of where he is, and Sheamus gets the win here, maybe to set up like a future world title match. I don't know what their logic is behind having Sheamus win.
We shall see. We shall see. All right, let's go to AEW WrestleDream. Brandon, give us the card. We've been going long. Let's get there.
Well, it's a long one, like they normally are. We have,
Okay, all right. Jeez. Okay, now
I don't think we need to go over the ROH World Television Championship in the pre-show, and they're probably going to throw like 2 6-man tag matches on the pre-show as well. But we got your boy Chris Jericho taking on Mark Briscoe for the ROH title. Phillip, is he going to do it? Is the Ocho going to become the Nueve?
I love it. I love it. Or just 9, maybe 9. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
I mean, I don't know if we should be doing that.
Let's not.
Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah.
No.
That was so. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. That was the only other language I could think of. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If anybody, put in the comments how do you say 9 in any other language? I think you should do that. Yeah. Moving on.
Usually, I'm the one that says questionable things on this podcast. Phillip, come taking my gimmick.
Hey man,
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't really care which way it goes.
I forgot Mark Briscoe was the Ring of Honor World Champion. Jesus Christ.
We had Darby Allin. He had an open challenge, which maybe people thought this would be Bobby Lashley. Maybe it was going to be Swerve or Adam Cole, but nope, it's Brody King, and they cut a very kind of weird kind of promo on this week's Dynamite.
All right, listen, I'm gonna put it to you like this, because how many matches are on this show?
Well, we got 10.
Jesus.
11 if you count the pre-show.
Oh, why?
I will be at a concert the
What
day
concert are
of
you
this
going to?
War. Why can't we be friends?
I you know what? I think maybe they might throw some of these
Kid.
They might throw some of these matches on the pre-show because, like, do we really need the male models taking on the Acclaim on a regular pay-per-view? No.
What the?
That's a collision match.
Okay, Mercedes Moné, who's she wrestling?
I don't think she's wrestling anybody.
She's not on
this card.
Mariah May, who's she wrestling?
She's taking on Willow.
Okay, Willow for the woman's title. I got Mariah May taking home the dub and the championship.
Danielson versus Moxley is main eventing. That's probably the only other thing I'm interested in.
Right. Let's talk about the big ish.
Private Party getting the title shot though. That's something I might keep my
5 years too late.
Right.
Okay, Private Party. I hope they go over. It's because I love the Young Bucks.
Long overdue.
I love the Young Bucks. They are 2 of the nicest people I've ever met. I really do. But okay, we gotta this has run its course. I got Private Party. Swerve is coming back. I'm sure this is where you debut the incoming Bobby Lashley, if it is to happen. The main event being Moxley and Danielson. Listen, I just watched. You guys remember when Mox just beat Punk in like a minute for the AEW title?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have that shirt.
Just like the aura. I was just like, okay, and honestly, we may see the debut of whoever's in charge of this whole.
Here comes the
Moxley
money.
So I have to ask. I have to ask this. All the crap that Tony Khan has talked about the McMahons and whatnot. If Shane shows up, he has to be a hypocrite, right?
It's not Shane, but it's just a fun little.
No, but I'm saying if it
yes.
is.
Yeah, to answer your question, yes, 100%.
Okay, thank you. I got Dana Bryan retaining somehow, some way.
Well, I don't think Daniel Bryan would retain, but I think Bryan Danielson would retain.
Okay, stop.
Well,
this.
actually,
no, we're not doing that. No, stop.
Well, actually,
We're not doing any of that. Now, no, they both look exactly the same. We're not doing any of that. No. Now, if I said Kane and Isaac Yankem, okay, but like, come on, guys, let's stop. Jesus Christ, he's still Daniel Bryan to me.
Well, he might be Daniel Bryan fairly soon if he retires after this match.
Come on. Let's do it. Come back, have a quick run, go in the Hall of Fame. Hello. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for the WrestleDream.
What a WrestleDream recap. We preview. We cover like 10% of the matches.
Look, I mean, what's Christian Cage doing?
He's just carrying around that contract. He's taking care of Luchasaurus. He's a piece of Luchasaurus. I don't think we talked about it last week. Dude got pneumonia. He's got pneumonia in both lungs, and he almost died.
Jesus Christ, is he okay?
Yeah, he needs like oxygen or something. Like they let him out of the hospital, but it's bad.
Oh my God,
he almost didn't make it.
Oh, I hope he's feeling better. Jesus Christ, terrible. Oh man, a lot is going on this weekend. West Coast Pro 6-year anniversary show this Friday. It was the United Irish Cultural Center. Marlee.
Absolutely, across from the San Francisco Zoo.
Yep, and then they got the sandwich spot right there. You know, there's usually a truck. Zoo. Yeah, there's usually a truck out there with the gimmicks. Y'all go over there and party with the Coast, man. They do it big. Every show, 6-year anniversary is going to be even bigger. Yeah, so that's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week to recap all the things. You know what? We may hop on a WrestleDream recap. I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir. You'll know you're